What a way to bounce back. Now that is what you call Ravens football. Solid defense, solid offense. That is what you call Ravens football. So, Ravens get the victory today. 28-3. Easy victory against a Browns team that had no Deshaun Watson in the lineup. Lamar Jackson today, I will say, not perfect, but much better than last week. We finally scored 28 points. It's been a minute since we scored 28 points. But hey, it is what it is. We battled through injuries. We executed plays when we needed to. And more importantly, we showed up. Defense showed up. The offense followed through as well. As far as coaching goes, no issues today with the play call. Yeah, there's not much that needs to be said in this game because it was a lopsided matchup. We all knew coming into the game that it was going to be testy early on because of the Browns defense, considering the fact that they're the best in the league. They did get to Lamar Jackson at times, especially Myles Garrett, which is one of the best pass rushers in the league. But for most of this game, despite getting sacks on Lamar, despite getting pressure on him, they gave up a ton of rushing yards. The run game was excellent for Baltimore. 131 yards rushing. Solid. And Lamar himself threw 2 touchdown passes. He himself ran 2 touchdowns as well to give us the victory. The defense today got 4 sacks on the Browns quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. The offensive lines for both sides had some mistakes, especially when it comes down to penalties because of lack of discipline. But in the end, it was Baltimore's O-line that got less holding penalties. I mean, despite getting 2 false start penalties early on, you didn't get a ton of holding penalties called all day. Defensively, you didn't get called all day. Then we look at turnovers. I was very impressed by the fact that we were able to force turnovers against this Browns offense that legitimately was non-existent today. They only mustered up 3 points, which I was very impressed about. In my opinion, that was the best performance that I've seen of the defense the entire year. That's the least amount of points that they gave up the entire year, which was 3 points. And in terms of, turnovers right here, we forced 3 turnovers today. We were able to almost got a pick 6. Brandon Stevens today almost got a pick 6 off of, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I will say this though. Ronald Darby, I believe, he left the game with injury. It's actually Darryl Worley that left the game with injury, not Ronald Darby. He left the game with a shoulder injury. Did not return for the rest of the game. Injuries continue to pile up in the secondary, which I'm not impressed about. But I'm hopeful that the Ravens will work out with that situation from there. What I am relieved about is that they did get back Tyler Linderbaum off the IL. That certainly helps out that offensive line. But yes, of course, Morgan Moses got banged up. That's part of football. As long as Lamar does his thing and that the pass game works out well, I can live with it. I will say the last thing before I cut it here, because there's not much that needs to be said about this game, is that we need to continue building off this momentum going into Week 5 in Pittsburgh. Because right now, as of today, we're 2-0 in the division and leading the division. 3-1 record right now. Heading into Week 5 against the Pittsburgh Steelers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. We got to go in there. We got to be prepared. Especially today, the Steelers embarrassed themselves against the Texans. We got to come in with all our might, with all of our physicality, and with everything that we have in order to prepare ourselves against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for us to go 4-1 may not be easy because it's still a rivalry. It may come down to the defenses, but who knows? But what I wanted to say is that we wanted to continue building off this momentum, clean up the mistakes that we're still having as of now, and then getting better as the season goes through. It's a long season. It's going to be a fight to the bitter end when it comes down to Ravens-Steelers rivalry. With that being said, that is all I got to say. Let's get it.